designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. You should be saying, no way. All right, he was in preschool at the time, working with blocks. You know. It was poorly designed as a residence hall, and it's even worse as a college health service, but we make do. In that building, we provide these things. And for you students, it's the best deal you're going to have for the rest of your life. All of the services are prepaid. All you do is show up with your ID card, unlimited visits, any lab work we do in our lab, any medications you need for an acute illness or injury. Now, we don't cover medicines you take all year. You've got to work that out on your own. And then all of our preventive services and our health promotion. That's all prepaid. When you pay your tuition, or more likely, your parents who are here with you help you pay your tuition. Right, Dad? Yeah. As a father of 6, you've seen those t-shirts. My money and my kid go to the University of Wisconsin. Yeah. I have several of them. The essentials of life. How long can people live without air? Anybody CPR certified here? Anybody? Just in case I would drop. Oh, good, you're close. How long can people live without air, sir? Not more than 10 minutes. How many think it's less than 10 minutes? Good, I see a lot of hands. You guys must have passed that CPR. I'm just teasing. Well, look, we're in a university setting. Universities love to do research. Let's just see how long people can live without air. People on this side, we're going to be the observers. Sorry, folks. The people on that side are the subjects. This was obviously a free choice thing, right? No one made them sit on that side, right? Okay, here's how it's going to work. I want you to just practice. Take a deep breath. Come on, we want to hear it. Take a deep breath. All right, good. Now you all know how to breathe. See, that's great. All right. Now this time when I say take a deep breath, I want you to take a deep breath and just hold your breath. We'll watch, right? We're the observers. And then as soon as you have to breathe, I want you to just hold up your hand. That's a signal that you have decided you need to take a breath. All right? And we'll watch. And because this is a biologic system, we should observe a bell-shaped curve. You know, some of these people, they're going to have to breathe right away. They've got emphysema or something, or they just don't know how to hold their breath or something. You know. And others of them might be scuba divers who practice holding their breath, and they'll be on the other end of that bell-shaped curve, but the majority of them are going to be in the middle. So let's just see if this is really a biologic group or if they're robots or something. Okay, ready? Take a deep breath. Okay, now hold it. Do not breathe. Whatever happens, don't breathe, but when you finally do have to breathe, I want to see your hands up and then hold them up. Now look, we've already gotten 5 seconds into this, not one hand is up. This is very good. This is good. Let's go for maybe 5 more seconds and see what happens there. There's a couple hands, so bottom of the bell. Keep your hands up, please. This is exercise. Keep it up high so everyone in our observer group can see. Now you'll notice that the bell-shaped curve is starting to creep up its steeper slope right now. Does everybody know? We're not even at 30 seconds yet. This is amazing. Okay, keep watching. Now if your arm gets tired, switch hands. It's okay. You're among friends. How many of you on this side are starting to see the reality of a bell-shaped curve right in front of your face? Yeah, you can hold your hands up if you see a bell-shaped curve. Come on now, let's participate. Okay, now look at that bell-shaped curve. We're almost to the peak, I think. Okay, now look, let's stop this because we all believe this is true, right? I'm not making this up. This is real. You have to breathe. As a matter of fact, when our Creator created us, she didn't make breathing optional. You can't stop breathing. It's built in. It's automatic. Now, I got to tell you, I have 6 kids. You know, one of these kids is what we call persistent. Other people might call it stubborn. Other people might call it something even worse. Parents, do you have a kid like that in your family somewhere? Maybe sitting next to you in this room? Yeah. Well, this is one of those kids, when she was a little girl, we're going through the checkout counter, and she says, if you don't let me have that, I'm going to stop breathing. I said, go ahead. Do you know this little girl turned blue and passed out? How many have a kid that persistent? Ah, unfortunate times. Oh, good, good. All right, so anyway, what happens when they pass out? they start to breathe again. It's automatic. Now, can you imagine how embarrassing it would be if they didn't? Can you imagine running into the emergency room with your kid and they say, "What happened?" And you say, I was with her in the store and she said she was going to stop breathing and I told her to go ahead. So let's all agree, air is essential. It's essential. A few minutes and you're brain damaged, and very soon after that you're dead. The reason Samantha Spady died, she stopped breathing. The reason she stopped breathing, she was drinking all afternoon and evening and into the next morning. She went to 6 parties. At 11 p.m., she blew out 2 tires on her car, but it didn't stop her. She made it to a couple more parties after that. She died because her blood alcohol kept rising and rising till it got to the point where it turns off the automatic breathing center in the brain. That has happened on this campus, in residence hall rooms, health promotion major. We have to be careful about this cultural norm that causes such abusive levels of alcohol consumption. Last year we had a young woman fall off a roof downtown. She was on the roof with 5 friends. Not one of them called 911. They all had cell phones. 911 was called by a woman who heard the thud when she hit the sidewalk. And last night, one of the fire chief, I think, he talked about another student just 2 blocks from here, fell off the roof. He was trying to jump from his roof to his balcony, and he missed. He died right in the driveway. Now, decisions that are made under the blur of alcoholic intoxication are not likely to be as good as decisions that you make when you're a little bit more sober. Sam died because her friends left her there. She was found at 2 p.m. in the next day by a young man and his mother. He was giving her a tour of the fraternity house. So students, if you find somebody incapacitated, unless you absolutely know what their blood alcohol level is at that moment, and you know how much alcohol is still in their gastrointestinal tract, the only thing to do is call 911. Somebody needs to find out what the blood alcohol level is and be prepared to breathe for that person until they can get back into a survivable range. 911 is very close. We're talking 1 minute from this building. An ambulance can be here. Okay, let's not beat on that anymore. Now there's a lot of other essentials. You guys, you know all the essentials, right? Those are the essentials of life. Wait a minute, what's the problem? Somebody's laughing. Sex. How long can you live without sex? That's good. There's a mother back there looking at her watch. You'll be home tonight, don't worry. Okay, now listen. I'll tell you how long you can live without sex. Before I do that, though, I want you parents to know, if you've studied the research in Wisconsin, between 70 and 80% of the high school seniors have already had sex. Oh, no. Students, now you see what I've done. I've created a little bit of anxiety, tension in the room. So let's just get rid of all that tension and anxiety. All the students who've already had sex, just hold up your hands. Not very many hold up their hands, especially with a mom or dad sitting close by. Now, just to be fair, all the parents who got permission before you had sex the first time, hold your hands. No hands. This is not an easy subject for America. We're actually terrible at it. We advertise this behavior like crazy. You know, primetime television is showing people having multiple partners in multiple weeks, and everyone is just, oh yeah. So I'll tell you how long you can live without sex. You can only live, as this father quickly recognized, for 1 generation without sex. See, somebody's got to do it, or this particular critter stops.